Love being all cozy, my blanket, my couch. I wanted to talk today about the truth that the universe is always listening, right? Kind of like what went with the you get what you give kind of thing, right? So the universe is always listening, and there are no coincidences. Never. If you're putting out something that you really, really want, the universe will align itself to bring that to you. And how it does that is you'll run into somebody that you haven't seen in a while who can assist you or give you a clue to what the next step is, right? Like, for whatever that thing is that you want, right? Like it could be something as simple as, oh, you want to buy a new car, but you're not quite sure, what car you want, and then you run into somebody you haven't seen in a while, and they're driving their car, and the conversation comes up, and you're like, oh, that's kind of nice, and they're like, oh, I just got this, I love it, it's absolutely great, and they are having a great like deal on it right now. You should go over, and that's kind of like what you needed to take you to that next level. It's happened to me many times in my life. It happened to me when I worked at Dolphin Human Therapy. I just so happened to sit down and watch a television show. I mean, like in the middle of the day. And it was about assisted therapy, working with the special needs community in Dolphins. And I was already photographing the special needs community because of my sister at the time. And I was looking, I was asking, I was looking, what else can I do? I had already exhausted going to the work programs, going to the group homes, doing all of this stuff, the HIPAA therapy, all of that stuff. I needed another direction. I happened to see that. And then I reached out to them, and that turned into a 7-year job, right? Which is also about the marine biology. And I talk about this in my book, Postcards to the Universe. It's also about, marine biology. I always wanted to be a marine biologist, and I wasn't. And I ended up working with dolphins anyway, which I absolutely love because of my photography. And who knew? No coincidences, none. I live in an artist community. I've always wanted to be surrounded by other artists. I have a photography background, and where I live right now, I didn't know this place happened to be built. And I was driving through a neighborhood that I loved, where I grew up, when I was moving back from the dolphin job. And I saw the place, and I went in the office, and it just so happened that she was there that day. There was somebody there that I could talk to, and I found out what the place was about. And they said, oh, it's an artist community, and you have to be selected to be, to get in. And it was lofts and beautiful. And I said, oh, yeah, well, that's what I want. That's it. And I got to put in my application right away. There were no availabilities, and within 6 months, it became available. But my point is there were no coincidences. There was some spark of driving through an old neighborhood where I used to live many years ago that I always loved. To wanted to see what was going on around there, and I happened to see somebody outside of now where I live, right? That was available to me to talk to start the process of getting to live where I live, which I absolutely love. Love, love, love. We have big art exhibits every month. Friends with many of the people that live in this community. We collaborate, we do really cool things together. But my point is there's no coincidences, and the universe is always listening. It heard me, it got my request, and the way it comes around is not your business, which is kind of hard, especially if we have control issues. What do you mean it's not my business? It's not your business how it happens. You just have to have the trust and the faith that it's coming and it's going to happen. That is the way it happens. And of course, that's all about manifesting. And I have 30 stories in my book about like stuff like that. So, which you can check out if you want. But the point is pay attention to what you're saying. Pay attention to your energy. What are you putting out there? The universe is listening to you. And whatever shows up is not a coincidence. That's you being answered. So pay attention. All right. See you next time. Bye.